Hey, Russell of Hotels, good afternoon. This Russell of Hotels going live for that show. You know what it's called. It's called On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is Tuesday, right after a holiday. So happy belated Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm sure people out there, getting their barbecue on and their cookout on. I don't know why people call it a cookout. Is that what people? Uh, I didn't hear that until I don't know if until I moved to L.A. Back when I grew up, it was called a barbecue. Oh, well, I'm barbecuing today. I'm gonna get my Q on. You know what I mean? And then they started saying, "Oh, it's a cookout. We're having a cookout. You want to come over for a cookout?" Like what? What is that? A cookout? Anyway. Hope you. I find this darndest things to laugh about or make a conversation about. But anyway, hope you guys had a great Memorial weekend. And welcome to Tuesday and On Air with Russell of Hotels. This is show number 298. That's right, two more shows to 300. Woo! Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought I'd done one show? I know I keep saying that. I mean, anyone that follows me and listens to me know I say that all the time. But who would have thought, though? I mean, every now and then I just have to pinch myself and say, you know what? Man, it was a thought back in 2018 and then going into 2019 is when I started, January 27, 2019. And I'm like, wow, did one episode and like, this is kind of cool. Did two, like, oh wow, okay, I got through two and then three. And then next thing I know, it's 298. You know what I mean? So there you go. But no, I appreciate everyone that is stuck with me, that is supported me, that have has well wishes for me, and say, hey, even the people that don't have well wishes, the people like, well, what are you doing that for? What are you talking about? You have a show? I mean, even those people keep me going. Okay, you gotta find motivation in anything, not just from the good stuff, but the bad stuff as well, right? So that motivates me. The bad stuff probably motivates me more than the good stuff, to be honest with you. But anyway, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, hey, last week I was at every time I do one of these shows, either the Daily Check In with Russell of Hotels or On Air with Russell of Hotels, which that's this show right here, I'm always showcasing a hotel. And just last week, I happened to go back to the Sheraton Universal. I had not been there in several years. You guys know I used to be the director of sales and marketing there, um, a couple years back, and I hadn't been back there. I had been back there since I had left, but I hadn't been back there probably in I'm gonna say about 2 years. So I said, you know what? Let me go back in there and take a look and see what's going on and meet some people or talk to some people. I did talk and hung out with Mr. Ernesto Alonso, and we talked for a little while. Ruth Johnson, convention services, she was there as well that I talked to. So it was just good to see. Oh, Easy Money was there. You guys know who Easy Money? Everybody knows Easy Money, right? Fernando. Easy Money. Claire Bell I saw at the front desk. So I got the chance to see people that I hadn't seen in a while and just say, hey, what's going on? Just checking in, right? Sometimes you just got to go check in and see how people are doing. And they say, what are you doing? What are you coming back? Really? Oh man. But anyway, it's good to go back over there. And that's, that hotel, I mean, they're doing they're constantly doing, improving the hotel, which is a good thing. And that's from an aesthetic perspective, right? You walk in and something always new there. And I hear they're going to redo their lobby bar coming up soon, and some of the guest rooms as well. So it's good to see that it's an ongoing thing where they're not waiting for the PIP, the property improvement plan to come out. They're doing things along the way, and that is a good thing, right? You keep things fresh, you keep it vibrant, you keep people engaged, you keep people wanting to come back, all that stuff, right? So anyway, the photos I'll show, and I didn't go into depth in the hotel, meaning I stayed on the lobby level. Okay, so I didn't go to the guest rooms, I didn't do anything like that. So I didn't go to the meeting space at all. I just kind of officed, for a couple hours out of there and got a chance to meet a couple people. So, or meet or talk to, a couple people that I already just mentioned. So anyway, so don't think you're going to be seeing all the, of the meeting space and guest rooms and all that, because that's not why I was there the other day. But anyway, once again, hope you guys are doing well. We're going to get through this show pretty briskly. Is that a word? Or just pretty brisk? I'm going to go brisk, meaning it's not going to go that long. Okay, so there you go. There you go. So anyway, once again, Sheraton. And what are the specifics of the hotel? Oh, one thing that I found, and make sure hotels that are out there listening, make sure you go and check out your any pages about your hotel that are public, like say on Cvent or your website. Make sure the numbers are correct, meaning I just happened to see, I was on Cvent, right? And I saw that the number of guest rooms for this hotel, the Sheraton Universal, said 961 rooms. Now we all know it's not 961 rooms there, okay? I want to say it's 466. So make sure we as hotel people, director of sales and marketing, whoever, general managers, we're looking at our pages constantly, right? Because for whatever reason, things change. I don't know why that changed, but if you go Sheraton Universal people, if you go to the Cvent page, it says that you have 961 rooms instead of the 466 rooms. Okay. So just make sure you go and check it out. So that's just, shout out to them, but also shout out to other hotels that may have not looked at their page in a while, because this is almost open to the public, or at least to the meeting planners, meeting professionals. They have access to that website, right? That platform. So you want to make sure all the information is as accurate as it should be, and the photos are updated, all those kind of things. So at least once, maybe twice a year, maybe quarterly, just go and check it out, because for whatever reason, things change. I don't know why they change it, because you have to give it to them in order for them to change. So if they got some bad information, wrong information, or someone just arbitrarily just went in there and just like, you know what, I don't think it's 466, I think it's 961. Let's just go ahead and change that. Who knows why things change the way they do, but make sure it's your job. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your hotel, right? So you want to make sure whatever websites are having, hosting your hotel or have, specifics about your hotel, you want to make sure that the information is accurate. So just make sure you go to Cvent, web pages, all the third parties and things like that. Make sure that they have accurate information about the specifics of your hotel. So that's one thing I did find, right? And I forgot to tell Ernesto that the other day, but I'm telling the world now. So there you go. So anyway, so this is part of their lobby. Like I said, they're just ongoing, just redoing things, new furniture, new that lighter color. I love that, the lighter colored decor, and it looks a little sophisticated as well, right? So the topic for today, and this is outside. This is the fountain outside. I don't know why that truck is there, but I'm the one who took the picture. But my hotel social media is boring. What? My hotels, or why your hotel social media is boring, okay? But how can you fix it? How do you fix it? Okay, I always got 3 things, right? 3 things to talk about. So I always limit it to 3, because I don't want people to sign off and like, oh my God, this is too much. Oh my God, he's going too long on this thing. Also, you don't have to write this stuff down, because guess what? Go to my blog, russellofhotels.com. That is there. The topics, all the topics that I do on air with Russell of Hotels, as well as the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. The topics will be on my blog, and just so happens that it's there now. So if you wanted to go over there right now, you could. So you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to write this stuff down. It's there, and it will be there forever. Let's see. Forever. And that's the lobby right there, front desk area. So, I was trying to find a font color that would fit where I could, make what I'm, make out what the letters are, and I really can't. And I don't know if you can either, but I'm going to read them. So don't worry. So once again, my hotel social media sucks. How do I fix it? No, it says boring. It didn't say suck. I said suck. Okay. So the first one, you're only showcasing spaces, not experiences. Okay. You're only showcasing spaces, not experiences, meaning you're only showing, say, the meeting space. You're only showing the guest rooms. You're not showing people having fun or having a meeting or whatever. So let me just go ahead and do that. Let me tell you the problem. Too many posts focus on empty rooms, lobbies, or food presentations. Okay? Too many posts focus on empty rooms, lobbies, or food presentations. How do you fix that? Highlight real guest experiences. Show people enjoying the hotel, celebrations, events, or casual moments. Okay? In shared spaces. Let potential guests visualize themselves in the story. It's kind of like creating some FOMO, if you will. Like, say there's people at the front desk, okay? They're checking in. This is a real life thing, right? These are real guests that are checking into the front desk. Are they having a good time? I don't know. I don't even know if they're checking in or checking out. I don't know that. But you see people there. These are real people checking in. So kind of get some real life experiences. Like if this was meeting space, you want to make sure you want to see them having a meeting. Maybe they're, being attentive. Maybe it's a guest speaker and you can see the audience as well. I mean, these are real life experiences. So make sure you showcase that because that's what gets people that creates that FOMO, right? That fear of missing out. Oh my God, I should have been at that conference because look at that. They look like they're having fun. They're being very attentive and they're listening to the speaker. You know what I mean? So if you show those things, people are more likely like, okay. And that's the Sheraton Universal. Okay. I like that. I plan meetings and it looks like that's a good place to have a meeting. We have about 400 people and there's a heck of a lot of people in the audience there. I mean, I'm just, I'm role playing here, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So showcase experiences, not just the space. Number 2, your brand voice has no personality. What the heck does that mean? Posts feel like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm reading this like I can't read, right? The problem is some people's posts feel like copy and paste from the website. Like they're just like basically just taking the information, copy and paste it from the website and put it on they're posting it. That's not how it should be. It's bland and overly formal. Okay, how do you fix that? Give your brand a voice. Be conversational, approachable, even playful if that fits your vibe. Like I would be playful on this stuff. Like, I'm just talking about the people in the lobby, whatever. I'm being playful because that's my personality. But if that's not your personality, that's fine, right? So whatever, just make sure you have a voice for your hotel or for your brand, and whatever that is, you make sure you put it out there. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be funny, as funny as I can be, but you don't have to do that. But make sure it's what am I trying to say? It's genuine. Genuine is what you want. Feature staff, use video intros, and don't be afraid to sound human. It doesn't have to be AI, right? Oh, well, this is Russell Foltell. It doesn't have to be AI, right? It can be, that's good, but make sure even AI got to be a little upbeat and creative and all that kind of stuff, right? Because people, I'm starting to really see that, what's AI and what's not AI. Because you can tell, first of all, you can tell in the eyes. The eyes kind of, they stay in one area, whatever. They don't move around, they're not moving around, that kind of, so you can kind of tell AI for the most part, and just how the voices can be sometimes a little off. But I mean, it's okay to use that as well. If people use that because they don't have a lot of time, right? I use it because I don't have a lot of time. And if it's the same thing that I'm repeating, I just may as well use the AI to do that, right? But make sure, once again, your brand has a voice. Make sure it has a personality. Okay, so whatever that means to you, make sure it has a personality. So people, it resonates with people, and people will want to, like, they envision themselves being there, and that's how you want to do it. Number 3, you're not posting with a strategy. The problem: inconsistent posting with no clear messaging or theme. How do you fix that? Create a weekly content plan. Okay. Monday, staff or guest spotlight. Wednesday, food, wellness, or sustainability. You can talk about those things. That's what I'm saying. Friday, events, rooms, or weekend promotions. So it's basically breaking things down as a strategy instead of just like, oh, I just feel like doing this today. No, every day has a theme, right? So you know exactly on Fridays we're doing events, rooms, or weekend promotions. On Wednesdays, we're going to do food, wellness, or sustainability. We're going to highlight and talk about sustainability. And then Mondays, we're going to show the staff or doing a guest spotlight. Like, we're going to pull some guests from at the front desk. Hey, how was your stay? Hey, do you mind being, we're doing some videotaping for our website, and wanted to know if you wanted to answer a couple of questions. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Hey, how was your stay? Oh, my stay was great. Our family had a great time. What brought you here to the area? Oh, we went to Universal Studios and this and that, whatever. I mean, that's all genuine, right? And how many guests do you think are coming here to go to Universal Studios, with Universal Studios being right up the hill from where this hotel is located? A ton of them, right? So, and those are the guests that you're trying to get, right? You want people to create that FOMO for the guests that haven't got here yet, or they're on the fence about staying at the Sheraton, right? So you want to make sure you're creating that experience, or so your social media doesn't come across as being boring. You're being creative. You're talking to guests. Every picture that you're showing, every photo, every video has people in the background, right? And you may be, having a conversation with them or whatever. That's what people want to see. That's what creates that buzz. That's what takes your video or your postings from just boring to exciting. Like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, I just want to go there just because I saw, this Instagrammable moment, or this area that's Instagrammable, whatever, floats people's boat. That's a good thing, right? But you have to be creative. You have to get people to look at your stuff as well, right? And the more exciting it is, the more likely people are going to look at it. So there you go. There you go. So, okay, let's move on. Shall we move on? And once again, remember, those things are on the website, under my blog, so you don't have to necessarily memorize that stuff because it's already there. So who's hiring? Is that what's going on? Who's hiring? Who's hiring? And once again, the blog, I'll get to the who's hiring, but since the blog thing popped up, I might as well talk about that. Just go russellofhotels.com, and then just go to the blog section, hit the button, bing, and everything I just talked about, all the topics, not just yesterday's topic, but all the topics will be there. So just go ahead and check those out and tell me what you think. And once again, they'll be there forever, so they're not going anywhere. Okay, who's hiring? The Courtyard Marriott. Okay, so remember, these hotels that are hiring are in the greater Los Angeles area, Southern California, okay, for the most part. So I don't have any that are out of state, out of the greater Los Angeles area. So these are probably within, I'll say, 30 minutes of Los Angeles, or 30 miles within Los Angeles. So there you go. I just had to say that before I went into this. The Courtyard by Marriott in Baldwin Park, which is right outside of Los Angeles. They're looking for a director of sales. Hotel Angelino, which is it's like Brentwood, near Brentwood area, right off the 405 freeway. It's a cylinder building, so people have driven by it 100,000 times. There's really not a lot of signage there, so people don't know what it is. It's a round circular building. It used to be a Holiday Inn years ago, so it's not too far from Sunset. It's right off of Sunset. So, and then Wilshire is near UCLA. So on one side of the freeway would be UCLA. On the other side would be, what do you call it? I I just said it. I can't remember what I said. Anyway, it's right across from UCLA. It's right across from UCLA. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, that's Hotel Angelino. They're looking for a director of revenue. Okay, so that's what they're looking for. Marriott Beverly Hills, and the Marriott Beverly Hills is managed by Remington Hotels. They're looking for an assistant director of sales and marketing. Fairmont LA, I want to say that's the one that's in Century City. They're looking for a director of sales and marketing. Crescent Hotels in Los Angeles, I'm not sure which hotel that is, but they're looking for a sales manager. And all those, I believe, are on Indeed.com. So just go Indeed.com and you can find those there. You can apply. That's how you apply for those jobs, right? So any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. Reach out, in touch. Bel Air. Did I say Bel Air? Yeah, that's where it is. Hotel Angelino is in that Bel Air area, which is right across from the UCLA area, right off of Sunset Boulevard. So it's right there. You can't miss it. If you've been in that area, 405 and Sunset, you've seen that building 100,000 million times. You just didn't know what it was because there's not a lot of signage there. This show, On Air with Russell of Hotels, comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Same station, same platform. What is this? YouTube, live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn, with the replay on those same platforms as well as Facebook. So, tune in to your favorite platform and you'll find, On Air with Russell of Hotels. This is show number 298. Like I said, which count down to 300. I don't know what I'm going to do for show number 300. I know someone asked me, a couple of people had asked me that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to continue to do it. I haven't thought about having any guests on or anything like that, but we'll I'll let you know when we get closer to that. And this is the bar, and they said they're going to redo this bar, right? It's right in the middle of the lobby, which is a great location for that. The front desk is on one side, and then there's a glass or window that overlooks the pool. So it's actually, if you've never been to the Sheraton Universal, you need to check it out. You don't have to be going to Universal Studios to go check it out, okay? Maybe just in the area, say, you know what, let me go check out this Sheraton Universal, see what all the hype is about, right? And just go check it out. Have a drink or whatever, and tell them Russell of Hotels sent you. They may, give you a discount on a drink or something, or they may ask you to leave. One of the two. One of the two, they may ask you. Consistency. So what does that mean, consistency? So consistency means I'm on here doing this all the time, right? Every day, every Tuesday, you can count on me that I'm going to do On Air with Russell of Hotels. Every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can count on me to do a daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. So you always, when you want to do something on social media, one of the key things is being consistent. You can't just, do it every now and then when the wind hits you, like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna do a thing on social media. No, it's a job, right? You have to be consistent. You have to put some thought in back of it. You can't just come on and think it's gonna work, right? But it's all about consistency, right? It's all about how many times you're gonna do this, how many eyes you're gonna get on you, right? And who's gonna be talking about it, right, after you do it, right? So just be consistent. Let's start with the consistent part. Let's do it. If that's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, then do it. If it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that's fine. If it's, every Monday, well, then do it every Monday. Whatever schedule you come up with, whatever plan of action you come up with to post things, stick to that. Be consistent, because this is the thing. You want people to get used to seeing it, right? And then after they get used to seeing it, you don't want to take it away from them, because they'll be expecting things, especially if you have a lot of good content. Maybe the Sheraton has a lot of good content about, different things that they're doing and different things they're going to be having at their hotel, right? Things that are open to the public. Or we're going to be having a wine tasting. We want our guests to come in and partake in that. Or they're doing fireworks at Universal Studios, and you can see them from the Sheraton, right? So if you're a guest and you can see those things, and it's free to do this, it's free to do that, make sure you're consistent with that message. You have to let people know day in and day out what is going on. Because once you stop doing that, people are going to be like, well, what happened to this? What happened to that? The Sheraton used to post things, they're not interested in what we think now. They don't want any more business. That's what people would think, right? So then they start supporting what you were doing. So it's a full-time job sometimes to do this marketing and branding and podcasts and talk about your hotel or whatever the heck it is. It is a full-time job. So you have to treat it like that. You have to be consistent. I know I say consistent over and over and over again, but that's really the secret sauce. If there's any secret sauce with social media, is being consistent. Not everybody's a star, right? Not everybody, is a Kardashian, and when they fart, something pops up, they get 1 million views. Not everyone's like that, okay? That's why we have to be consistent with the message that we're sending out, right? It's not, it's not like when they post things and the whole world is seeing it, right? No. Because sometimes we get caught up on that, like, well, they only post a couple times. Well, they only have to, okay? But for regular brands that are out there, we got to post consistently, okay? So there you go. So just to make sure that we're doing that, make sure we're being as consistent as we can and go from there. And I think the more consistent we are, the more successful we will be reaching that right audience, okay? There you go. That is it, right? Didn't I tell you it's going to be a short one today? It's literally like 27 minutes, okay? So there you go. So I'm trying to streamline some of the things I talk about. I didn't have a lot to talk about today, but, I can go on and on and on, but, what's that going to do? You know what I mean, I got things to do, right? And I'm sure you do too. But no, that's just how it was today. Next week may be 2 hours. I may go 2 hours. No, I'm joking. But anyway, so just remember, daily check-in comes on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, of course, that'd be tomorrow. Every Tuesday on air with Russell of Hotels. This is show number 298, countdown to 300. Be consistent. Make sure your content or your social media postings are not boring. So how do you stop them from being boring? Go to my website, russellofhotels.com. Check out the blog. You'll see all the topics that we talked about, the little discussion we just had about how to keep your content from being boring. And then there you go. So that is that it? I think that's about it. I think that's all I got today. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. I do appreciate you. Oh, once again, I forgot to mention this. Hospitality Unplugged, right? Has anybody been checking out my web series that I put out? Just this past Saturday, I dropped episode number 16, right? So 16, I think that's about halfway now, because I think I've been up to 7 hotels. You guys know I've been to 14 different hotels, right? So I think I'm about, not that I'm counting I have to, talk about every single hotel that I've been to during this web series, but there's certain, what am I trying to say? My career progression, right? Certain things happen at certain properties, right? So when I got into sales, it was, maybe hotel number 5, right? And then I left sales, that was hotel number 6. Then I got back into sales, that was hotel number 7. So right now I'm at hotel number 7 and just talking about some of the things that have happened, going to this particular hotel and some of the challenges or whatever, but it's all good, right? So if you haven't checked it out, they are on YouTube and LinkedIn. Once again, this last one was number 16. So number 17 should come out this coming Saturday. So I drop them on Saturdays, just one episode every Saturday. So I want to say I'm about halfway through. So it's going to go from, for people that don't know, it started with before I started in hotels, right? When I was in school, college, right? And then it's just a progression. My career progression from college to where I am today, but I'm halfway there now. So you get all the stuff that I did, the stuff that I went through, some of the challenges, roadblocks, ups and downs, whatever, to get to where I am as Russell of Hotels. So that's basically what it is. So check it out, right? So once again, I'm on number 16 right now, hotel number 7, and so yeah, so it's been interesting. Also got me some new hats, right? Got my new gear, my new what do you call it? Drip. Oh, check this out. Okay, so this one is a ROH hat. Okay, Russell of Hotels, and then on the back, I had the logo put on it. You know, OG logo. Can you see that? Can we see that? No, I don't think we see that. I don't think you see that. Oh, there you go. So there's a logo right there. And then on the side, can you see that? Let's see. What? Okay, I guess I gotta have this thing. So that's 14, right? So that's 14. What's the significance of 14? For the number of hotels that I've worked. 14 different hotels. So yeah, so this is the new hat. I got some with the Russell of Hotels actually written on it, you know, the script. So I went from the logo to the script. With the logo, I still have it. Like I said, I just put the logo on the back, and then they have the Roman numeral for how many hotels I work for on the side. So there you go. So that's the new drip, right? So at some point, I'm gonna have these on my website, and people can, you know, purchase them. But they just haven't made their website yet. So a lot of these are I've given away. I've given to people that have been asking for them. And of course, I need, you know, some new stuff for me, right? So there you go. So most of the stuff is for me. but anyway, and the new shirts are going to be coming too, or shirts are going to be coming. And I'll keep you posted on those things. So anyway, that is it. Now I'm rambling. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Happy Tuesday. And once again, thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. This was show number 298. We'll be back next Tuesday for show number 299. Until then, have a great day. And as always, peace.